And actually here is Shock G's room right here. This is his former motel room.
I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
We kick the style like all the underground hip hop, but the digital stands for the fact that we're using digital equipment and that we're taking R&B, Black American music, to the next phase. You see, but the fact that it's on the underground is the fact that you'll never really know who the fuck we are. Everybody wants to know who's in the underground. It's all about the music and the message we convey.
How you make it
Okay? Don't never forget that.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Let's Florida. We're about, I'm not sure how far north of Tampa I am, probably about 20 minutes, roughly. It's north of Tampa. Today's video is going to be about a legendary musician, and some people are going to maybe think of this guy, Gregory Jacobs, as possibly a one-hit wonder. And oftentimes with artists who are thought of as one-hit wonders, they actually do a lot more than we think. Some of the rest of their album means a lot to people, or they've produced things for other artists, or they've written for other artists, and they're much more than a one-hit wonder. And I always say, and I think a few one-hit wonders have said it in the past, I don't know what's up there in that tree that's making that noise, but they've said rather be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder, and it's very, very true. Now, Gregory Jacobs, not a one-hit wonder. He was lead vocalist for Digital Underground. He was known as Shock G. And of course, his alter ego, Humpty Hump. So now that kind of gives you a clue, the Humpty Dance.
So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the Humpty.
In the early 90s, the Humpty Dance, one of the most fun and quotable and sing-alongable, if that's a word, it's not, songs.
Do the Humpty Hump, come on and do the Humpty Hump. Check me out, y'all. I do the Humpty Hump, just watch me do the Humpty Hump.
Right? The Humpty Dance. I love that song when it came out. I still love it to this day. All right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. And it goes on from there. Digital Underground was a rap group around for quite a while. But what I find most interesting about Shock G, I mean, he has a Tupac connection, which is crazy, because when you think of Digital Underground, if you know, you don't really associate them with someone, an artist like Tupac, who had very different style. But as Tupac said, Digital Underground, I didn't discover Digital Underground. Digital Underground discovered me. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect. Because without Digital Underground, there may not have been ever a Tupac. Shock G produced Tupac's first solo album. He co-produced, I believe, and co-produced his song "I Get Around," the second single from his second album. And same song, which is a Digital Underground song. Same song, which is in the movie Nothing But Trouble with Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, which I remember seeing, and I didn't love that much. And John Candy, Demi Moore. I was watching clips from it the other night, and it was funny. And then one of the YouTube comments underneath was like if you don't get this movie, you just don't get it. Like, in terms of you don't get life. I was like, hey, that's what I say about so many movies. So maybe I have to give Nothing But Trouble another chance, because I saw it when I was a kid, and I don't know, didn't love it. So Shock G, what I found interesting about, and they're in the movie too, a very, very funny scene, and Tupac's in it as well, dancing along with them. And he performed with them as a dancer for quite a while, and you see him in TV appearances, concerts, concert footage. But what I find really interesting about Gregory Jacobs was his early life, because he did grow up here in Florida, and then he moved to Queens as a result of his parents' divorce, but then he came back to Florida. And he was a drummer. He was voted best drummer, I think, at his high school. Then he became a DJ at the age of 16 on terrestrial radio, on actual radio. Now, he got fired. He was a very popular DJ, but he got fired for playing a 15-minute version of a Funkadelic song in a 5-minute slot. So he played the whole 15 minutes, so they fired him. And then his father, I believe, kicked him out of the house, and he went backpacking across the United States for quite a while, where he taught himself how to play piano at music stores, colleges, wherever he could get access to a piano. He taught himself. And then he went to college, and I believe got a degree in music theory. So I found that really interesting. And because a lot of people, I'm just going to be talking a lot in this video while I'm showing you some of these things, but so hope that's okay. And I remember my uncle when I was a kid would say, oh, rap is, they're not real musicians. It's not real music. Because I liked everybody. He would say it about Run DMC, Vanilla Ice, probably Digital Underground, who I was listening to. And I hear that every now and again, and I'm like, no, you're so wrong. First of all, many hip-hop rap musicians have a music background, and they can play many instruments. And even if they can't play instruments, to put together a hip-hop song, a rap song with samples and with the beat and with everything, takes so much time and so much talent to put together one that sounds good, that sonically sounds good and blows your ears away, and it is means something, or it's just a fun, catchy one. It takes a hell of a lot of talent, just as much as it does to create any other type of song. Country, bluegrass, rock. If you're a musician, it takes a lot. I'm not. I like to think I am, but I'm not. It takes a hell of a lot of talent. And Shock G was a legend, and sadly, he passed away in a hotel room. I'm going to have to say motel room, not too far from here. And look at this neighborhood. This is an absolutely gorgeous neighborhood. This is where his house is, and I believe his father and his 2 sisters still live here. So I'm going to be brief, showing you the house where he lived. Now, he died, I think I just said, of an accidental drug overdose in a somewhat seedy motel. And I'm telling you, all these streets around here are gorgeous right here. I'm going to make an educated guess, or maybe not educated guess, I'm going to make a guess that perhaps he was addicted to drugs and needed a place to go to do them, and a place where other drug addicts were. And this house and this neighborhood was not the place for that. Because you got to think, why would somebody who lives in a beautiful house be in a seedy motel not too far from here? Right? It doesn't make sense. But oftentimes, he was only 57 years old. Oftentimes, with people struggling with addiction, that's what, they find a place to feed their addiction, and they get comfortable there. He was staying there for quite a while. Probably coming back here, and maybe he was asked to leave by his family. I don't know the facts. Some of his friends, though, they uploaded a Facebook video, and my friend Randy sent it to me. And you see them walking into the house, saying they're excited to go to Shock G's house. I'm not sure who they are. So Randy just sent it to me yesterday, and I'm gonna insert that. And then with property records, because I double check, triple check. But this was Shock G's house. Gregory Jacobs right here, lead vocalist from Digital Underground, Humpty Hump. Right, Humpty, the Humpty Dance. Do What You Like, another hot banging track. This is his house right here.
Me and the O just pulled up the Shock G crib, getting ready for the Super Bizzo. Me and the O going in the crib. Check out the folks.
So it's right here. This was his beautiful home. I mean, how nice is that? Look at it. The lawn with the palm trees. Come on. Just beautiful. Alright, so now we're going to go visit the motel where Greg Jacobs' Shock G was found. And From there, we're going to go to his grave and pay our respects together to the legendary Humpty Hump. So this is the former Vista Inn. I'm not sure what it's called now. There's no name. It's under new management. Parts of the building are being demolished. There's a church right here at the front. Now, I was talking to the lady behind the front desk who was very, very friendly, very helpful, and another gentleman who stays here who knew Shock G, and he knew quite a bit about him. We were just talking, and he said, yeah, I would see him all the time here, and they said hello. And but room 284, where he was staying, is being demolished. It's being all remodeled, those rooms in the back, and then the area we're gonna go see ourselves, where it's being remodeled, like the area where the room is, somewhere in the back, is roped off. But we're gonna see what I can see. She said I'm more than welcome to walk back there and take a look. Yeah, so we'll go around back. And actually, here is Shock G's room right here. This is his former motel room. This is where he was staying. This is it. Not much going on in here. Small room. But this is, sadly, the motel room where Shock G passed away. Right in here. And it's being remodeled, but this is the same door and everything. And I think there was possibly a little bigger when he passed. I think this was an entranceway as well to his room. So I think it's being put into 2 rooms now. Not exactly sure, but you can see this would have been the entrance right here. Didn't expect to actually see inside here, and it's just sad. As I said, it's being remodeled, so there's nothing in here, and it's not due to his death. It's just remodeling this whole end of the building. Somebody went in to take a look to work on the room right now. That's it. And now I'm going to take you to the final resting place of Shock G, Gregory Jacobs. So this is Park Lawn Memorial Cemetery, and filming a few other things today, so I had to double back to get here. That's the entranceway that I was just at that I showed you, and it's a tiny cemetery. It's small, beautiful though. It's these trees all lined up. I'm gonna say scrub oaks. It's a nod to my friend Brian over in near Gainesville. He explained to me about a couple of trees when I did my River Phoenix video. We call them scrub oaks, but I don't know if these are scrub oaks, but I refer to all these trees now here in Florida as scrub oaks. And they got that stuff hanging off them, but they could be called something else. Shock G is here, and his grave is very, very easy to find because there's only one mausoleum on the property, and it's right here beside me. And basically, you come right in through the front entrance, drive straight. You cannot miss it because there's only one. And Gregory Jacobs is here, and he, last I heard, he did not have the etching on his grave yet. It's almost been a year. I like to wait about a year before I visit people's graves. But I'm not going to be here in Florida on April 22nd, which would be the anniversary of his passing. So there should be some paper on it and stating which is his, and we pay our respects and take a look. Humpty Hump. And I like to do this in real time with you, and I can see his grave from here, and it's April 22nd. I'm so sorry. April 22nd he passed away. I said April 21st. There's his grave right there. And it's already engraved. I'll show you a little just on the side here what it looks like, this little mausoleum here. I've seen lots of standalone mausoleums, but usually there's a few others on the property. This, I think I've seen ones, but there's a lot of space, but I think I've seen ones where there's a cemetery where there's only one mausoleum. I've been to hundreds of cemeteries for my channel, so I must have. Here's where ashes would be interred. There's smaller wall crypts, bigger wall crypts here when they're not cremated. But right here is Gregory Jacobs with the music symbols there. The notes: in loving memory, Gregory Jacobs, August 25th, 1963 to April 22nd, 2021. There we are. Wow. So last I heard, and put a paper like that before their engraving's ready. You can see there's really beautiful engravings here. And here he is, Gregory Jacobs. Man. 57 years old. I think there may be teenagers, people in their 20s maybe. 57 sounds old, maybe. Doesn't sound old to me. That sounds very young. I hope, and younger viewers, if they're watching, they're hip-hop fans and they know Humpty Hump, Shock G, Gregory Jacobs, don't want to talk about that. 57 is young. It's not the age that you should be passing away at. Everybody should get to live a really long life. She mentioned this is about, I would say, half an hour from his house. And when he passed away, roughly without traffic. This is Dunedin, Florida. And I've said it before, it's very difficult to leave a rock or anything. There's no planter for him either as well yet. I assume something probably would come for Shock G for sure. But there's no place usually at mausoleums to leave a rock like I traditionally do. So I normally don't mausoleums, but you see some people that left stuff on the ground and there's nobody here, so those would be for somebody up here. These flowers could be for the people that are right above them, but these ones I'm not sure. So I am going to leave a rock for Shock G just off to the side here. Right there, Shock G, Humpty Dance, Twitch Leg, and producer, composer. And right there. If you don't maybe follow hip hop or rap or not into it, maybe the gravity of how, or the levity of what a significant artist he was, and maybe follow rap and hip hop, maybe you aren't aware of all of his accomplishments and what he did, but it's extremely talented. It's right there. It's crazy. It's shocks me every time when I see something like that. Sometimes I'm just like, how is that? How is it possible at such a young age? And somebody who I watched that video over and over again. Humpty Dance. Wow. But you know, like you maybe not think, well, shocked to you, like, who was he? You know, you don't. But he was huge. And the song's known around the world. He's known around the world, and I hope his spirit and his music continues to live on. God bless his family. God bless Shock G. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
What we're trying to show is that it don't matter who's who or that we get famous. It's all about the music and the message we convey.
How you make it
Okay? Don't never forget that. Because we're not trying to come up. If you see me on the street, don't thank me or don't step to me for nothing. Because I didn't do nothing. Digital Underground did all of that.